Sean, did Alvin suffer any kind of setback this week, or he's just gradually working back?
Yep, nothing.
So just throughout the year, how have you seen Landon Young progress and grow and pick things up, just being around and being in the building?
He's done a good job. I mean, he's smart, a guy that knows what to do and provides a good role for us as a backup.
I don't know if they mentioned on the broadcast or where it generated, but a lot of people became aware that you guys have missed 8 straight 2-point conversions. Is that something you guys have been aware of?
No, we're aware of it, and some of it is situational, and obviously the 2-point conversion, to tie the game last week goes to, a normal game. When you have a penalty, you're probably kicking it, but obviously we had to go for it. But yeah, we pay attention to that.
Is there a rhyme or reason to that? That's something you've had a lot
No,
of success
listen, yeah, I think you got to look at, play, execution, but we've looked at them.
So what do you kind of say about Scott? The guy that was here.
He's a guy that we really like, and it's good to see him doing well, although it's somewhere else. But he's a great person and a good teammate. Someone that I think endears himself to his teammates well.
So what are some things you remember about Devontae Smith when you got him?
We were there. I was there. A group of us were there for the pro day. It was real impressive. He's an impressive guy. Talking with him, smart. He's an exceptional route runner. His transition speed. I mean, his pro day was pretty impressive. And then you just have to put the tape on. He was our top receiver by far, and you just had to just watch the tape, but he's someone that I felt was explosive off the ball, transitioned well for someone, his height, and it's been a good pick.
What was the thought process on bringing Brett Maher back?
Well, look, we know the player. He was injured when he was here last, and so the injury is what kept him. So it has more to do with our comfort level with him and our experience with him.
So with a guy like Deontay, when a player that size knows how to use their size, can it be an advantage just as far as elusiveness and things like that?
Yeah, I think the key is just the balance of how many. There's a point of too many reps, but absolutely, here's the other thing. He's extremely smart. So when he's doing something during a play, it's rarely the wrong thing. So he's got good football awareness. And then it's just, looking at special team reps, offensive reps, and finding that correct pitch count where it's not too high.
Do you see teams struggle to defend him, whether that's give him too much space or not enough?
Well, look, sometimes you have to do something with your formation to give him space so that he's not always getting jammed off the line of scrimmage. He is quick. And I said this before, speed separates, but also your ability to stop fast can separate, and that's one trait he has. He can run and then stop very quickly, and that is a really good asset for him.
Can that be a learned trait, or is that more of a natural thing?
It's not a learned trait. It can be acquired through strength. You can, let's say you run whatever you run, but by developing your lower body, and that means a lot of squats, a lot of lifting, you can actually become quicker, if you will, stop quicker. Yes, but I wouldn't say it's learned as much as it is developed. Oh, good. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, thank you.
How hard was it for you to be a healthy scratch a couple weeks ago?
Can you repeat that question one more time?
How hard was it for you to be a healthy scratch a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it was hard. But you know, things like this happens, and more so is how you respond from it and move on from it, and know that you think coach is doing the right decision. So whenever he's making the right decision, you're behind him, and you just keep going. And that's the only thing about it. It's just like a setback. You don't just kind of dwell on it. You kind of keep on going. So yeah, in terms of that, just keep on going and keep working and trying to help out our team to scout team doing our thing. So yeah.
How did you find out? How does that process work?
I mean, you usually find out, relatively within the week. See the personnel sheet, find out what's happening, what's going on, and when you're not on there, it's just like you just ask questions and questions are answered, and then you just kind of go from there. We have conversations, we have tough conversations. We have that in this facility, so we just kind of had those, and just nothing that I did, from my understanding, is just the game plan or just moving parts. So that's really what it was.
Why'd you go up Postal Field?
Yeah. So yeah, Philly's about 20 minutes away from me.
So what does this kind of mean for you this week?
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, this is another opportunity for us, to stack another win. But for me, it's just a hometown for me. So being close to Philly, growing up with a lot of Philly fans around me. When Donovan McNabb, Brian Westbrook, T.O. even, he was on those interviews and in his front yard, doing them sit-ups or whatever. But yeah, just seeing all that, I witnessed all that when I was in Philly. Like, everybody back home was a Philly fan, so just going back home is kind of right.
That's got to be the next TikTok, man.
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, just being back home, that's kind of like really good. So it's gonna be really good to see Mom, my brothers and those things.
You get a lot of people ask you for tickets this week?
Yeah, not so much. I kind of made that statement, earlier in the year that, I got my people coming, and that's pretty much it. People ask tickets, but I mean, it's always good to just read the messages, keep on going. So yeah.
Leave them on red?
Right, leave them on red. It's just how it is. It's very hectic, and how it could be during the week. So yeah.
Why did they make you cover that up in the locker room?
What, this right here?
Yeah.
Oh, nah, they just see it's cozy. I don't even think they read, whatever's on the shirt. They just see a cozy. They're like, oh, where you get that from? So, yeah, they just like my cozy little fits I be having. I have a bunch of these, so I just try to stay warm in the facility when it's all, all cold and stuff.
About to say, if you do the weight bench with that hoodie on.
Right, I'm telling you.
What are some things that stand out about the Eagles defense?
I mean, like I said, they're going. I mean, obviously that front seven is pretty real. The front four is a nice front. You got guys in the back like Darius Slay, so who's a very very veteran player. So just going up against a defense who's very. We faced them last year, so it's not like it's any different. We played them last year, so obviously pulling out one last year would have helped. But we know what we can do in those aspects. Attacking the run and kind of filling in those holes so we can exploit their defense. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to the team so we could get another win.
Thanks for the street.
Absolutely.
I didn't block a soul, but yeah, I mean,
You were down there.
I was down there. I didn't block nobody. I was over there somewhere.
Hey, Eric, just thoughts about Phillies up front.
Very talented, very quick twitch, explosive, powerful, big. Everything you're looking for in a D-line. All four positions they can play.
Is it? I mean, we ask you about the injuries and stuff every year, over and over. Like, is it crazy when you kind of look around and just the whole offense as a whole, just kind of some of the stuff you guys are going through with this one?
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it's part of the game. But injuries suck, of course. I mean, I think everybody on the offensive line has missed time this year besides Caesar. He's a healthy young fella. But yeah, I mean, it sucks just because we know we have so much talent that when it's not on the field, it's hard to display that.
Is it frustrating just to kind of?
Yeah, it can be. But we're still rolling with the next man up mentality, especially up front. He's got a ball. Perfect. Good. All right. Wow.
Hey man,
Toughness, baby.
Mercer is real. Just saying.
You good, Brendan?
Got a point, got a point.
I just worry about Brendan. I ain't worried about it.
Good man.
So Marcus, when you taking one grown man and pushing him into another grown man for a sack, what's the process? How do you set him up to get him in that position?
I don't know. That's kind of a hard one because I don't really feel like I set him up. I just felt like, you know, it was about that time where I actually had to commit to my power. And from there, you know, that was a play.
How many different rushes do you have? When you say I commit to my power, you know, how many different rush strategies do you use in the course of the game?
We say different rush strategies. You know, it's a lot of just working to win. You know, you try to find what works against him, what works against with you know, quarterback, depending on how he moves, and you know, every rep, every play is kind of different. So it's kind of going out there and just having something in mind and being able to work off of that.
Is that the ultimate adrenaline rush to basically run through a guy?
Nah. I think ultimate. Is it the win? Yeah, winning. Yeah, that's the ultimate.
What about hurdling a guy? Where does that one? You don't remember that? 2 years ago, it was like a field goal or a
Oh, you talking about jumping over him? Nah, see, I missed those. Yeah, like that was even more like a letdown. It's like I did this and then didn't get it. You know, try to let that one go.
Sorry for bringing it up again.
Marcus, how disciplined do you guys have to be on the defensive line against a running quarterback like this? I mean, he seems a little bit different than a scrambling quarterback, more so.
Yeah, you know, he's a great athlete. He's fast, and he can move out the pocket. You know, he makes quick decisions, and he's one of those guys that can beat you just with his feet. So it's going to be a real disciplined game, especially for us, for the ends and the interior.
Is that one of those where you just have to kind of bide your time, and you know, sometimes you just basically play to contain him, and you know, yeah, you might be rushing, but you don't want to overcommit because you just, you know, you don't want to give him too much.
Yeah, I think that's one way to put it. You said bide your time. You know, there's other ways like put him in a trap. You know, some people say set the pillars, but you know, it's going to be one of those games where we have to play smart. Can't you know, just unleash as much as we would want to.
How do you feel about the roughing the passer penalty? Like, as a defender, how tough is it to not come in too high, not come in too low, but still go full speed and not try to overthink things?
Well, you know, kind of like you said, just try not to overthink the things. You know, for the most part, letting your technique and letting the refs, you know, make the right calls. You know, for a lot of those calls, you know, I try not to even think about it because we can't change it. You know, all we can do now is just go forward and, you know, hope that, you know, refs make better calls. Simple. We get it.
You a proud road runner today?
I've been a proud road runner.